Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this is actually going to be a very different video today. Yeah, I know a lot of my content revolves around college soccer, so to speak, and today I'm going to be doing something completely different. I'm actually going to be talking about professional football, even more specifically, the Champions League, and giving my predictions for the upcoming matches for the round of 16. And while I'm at it, I think I'll even share my bracket and who I think is going to go on to win the whole thing, game by game. I'll go through that briefly as, of course, like the matches aren't even official, of course, like still have the round of 16 to go through, of course. Yeah, this is very different. This is like something like I just want to show that like I'm actually like I'm a football fan, like just so you guys know. Yeah, I know a lot of my content revolves around college soccer because that's what I play and but probably I go as far to say professional football is actually my main interest, but I'm just trying to like talk about something I really know, a topic I really know what I really know about, and that was just college for a long time. And I just thought I'd want to share more of my main interest, which is Champions League and professional football, and giving my predictions and who I think is gonna win in these upcoming matches. I'll even give my score predictions. But yeah, it's Arsenal versus PSV. This should be an interesting one. Arsenal's Premier League title hopes are fading away. They failed to score in their last two games due to injuries from some of their best attacking players, such as Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, Tomiyasu. Those games where they failed to score were the 1-0 loss against West Ham and the scoreless draw against Nottingham Forest. They have looked very defensively strong, however. They haven't been conceding a ridiculous amount of goals this season, and I believe they're even the lowest in terms of expected goals in the Champions League this season. PSV, on the other hand, haven't looked very great defensively. However, their attack, led by Luke De Jong, has looked very good. They had to overcome Juventus to get to this stage in the Champions League. So they've been strong continentally. However, their domestic form hasn't been great as they've lost some games that they really should be winning, such as that 2-1 loss against Go Ahead Eagles. There's some real contrast in this match. We have a team like Arsenal who have a strong defense but a weak attack up against a team with a strong attack but a weak defense. I think due to all this, I think the first leg is going to end 1-1 before Arsenal to advance to the quarterfinals in the second leg with a 2-0 win at the Emirates. The Madrid derby, Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid, is happening in the Champions League yet again. In the past 5 meetings in this competition, Real Madrid have advanced every single time. Will this be any different? Real Madrid have been fairly inconsistent as of late in La Liga, sitting third right now. They will be without some key players such as Jude Bellingham due to suspension and injured players such as Militao, Vallejo, Ceballos, and Carvajal. However, they have Kylian Mbappe right now who is scoring goals for fun, and they always seem to step up in this competition. Atletico Madrid, on the other hand, are right now first in La Liga and have been pretty consistent as of late, getting a lot of wins and draws recently, including a crazy 4-4 draw against Barcelona recently. They have Griezmann and Julian Alvarez, who are more than capable of causing problems for Real Madrid. In the end, I think both of these sides are very strong at home. My prediction is that they will win 2-1 at the Bernabeu before losing 3-2 at the Wanda Metropolitano, even though my prediction is a 2-1 win at the Bernabeu, while Atletico Madrid will almost come back with a 3-2 win at the Wanda Metropolitano before getting knocked out yet again on penalties. PSG versus Liverpool. PSG have been on fire lately, winning all 6 of their last matches. Ousmane Dembele has been on fire as well. He's been scoring goals for fun. PSG have been opening defenses at will. Their defense hasn't been perfect, however, so they have been conceding quite a few as well. Liverpool, on the other hand, are coming off a solid win against Newcastle United in the Premier League. However, they will be without some players such as Tyler Morton, Joe Gomez, Connor Bradley due to injuries. They've also been doing a fine job of scoring several goals, especially in their last 6 matches. But they'll need to be at their best to unlock PSG at the Parc des Princes. I think the first leg will end in a 2-2 draw before Liverpool will go on to advance to the quarterfinals with a 1-0 win at Anfield. Next match is one that I think will be more interesting than a lot of people are giving it credit for, which is Club Brugge versus Aston Villa. Club Brugge have been inconsistent as of late. However, they managed to get into the Champions League knockout stages after a great playoff win over Atalanta. They're trailing in their domestic league right now due to some inconsistent form. However, their home performances have looked very strong as of late. They will need their key players to be on their game to get the better of Aston Villa in this one. Aston Villa, on the other hand, will be looking to make use of their manager who has a lot of European experience, particularly in the Europa League. They're missing a few key players due to injuries. However, they have Marco Asensio, who's in great form as of late, as well as Yuri Tielemans, who will be returning to his home country to face a top side in their domestic league. This one should be interesting, but I'm going to predict the home side to be able to do enough to get a draw against this very good Premier League side, 1-1 in the first leg, before losing at Villa Park in Birmingham 3-1. Next up, we have one that I think is going to interest a lot more people, which is Benfica versus Barcelona. You can expect goals in this one. Benfica did well to make it past Monaco and get to the knockout phase of the Champions League this year. They've been scoring goals for fun. Players like Pavelis and Koku have been scoring and assisting a lot recently. However, their defense hasn't been very great, and they've been conceding a lot of goals because of it. Barcelona's in a very similar situation right now. Their starters, Lewandowski, Rafinha, and Yamal, have been producing a lot of goals, and they've been averaging 3 goals a game in the Champions League this season compared to Benfica's 2 goals a game in the Champions League this season. Similar to Benfica, their defense has not been one to trust as of late, as they've also conceded a lot of goals in the process. These two sides have actually played each other once before already this season in the Champions League. That ended in a 5-4 win for Barcelona in Portugal, which was a crazy 9-goal thriller. My predictions for this match is that Barcelona will win 3-2 in Portugal before settling for a draw in Spain to advance to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. All right, next match, Borussia Dortmund versus Lille. Borussia Dortmund did well to cruise past Sporting Lisbon to get to the knockout stage of the Champions League yet again after reaching the final last year. Borussia Dortmund have also picked up a little bit of their consistency back in their domestic competition, the Bundesliga, winning their last 2 games. And they'll certainly be looking to take an advantage with them in the second leg in France. Lille, on the other hand, and qualified directly to the knockout stages, finishing 7th in the league phase. They haven't been very consistent as of late, and the recent loss against PSG may give them a bit of a knock in terms of confidence. One key trend that's worth mentioning is that both teams have scored in the last 6 matches that Lille has played in the Champions League. So I think we can expect in this match both teams to score. I think Borussia Dortmund will win this first leg 2-1 in Germany before Lille actually make a comeback and win 4-2 to advance to the quarterfinals in France. I'm going to be honest, I was not very pleased when I saw that we would be seeing 2 Spanish sides and 2 German sides play each other this early on in the Champions League this season. But I've got to say at least they're 2 very good sides playing against each other, fighting for a spot in the quarterfinals. Bayern Munich had a strong league phase and are always a force to be reckoned with in the Champions League. They're incredibly strong at home, scoring a lot of goals and having a rock-solid defense. Harry Kane is leading the charge, and he's been in phenomenal form with Olise and Musiala. They've only conceded 4 goals at home in the Champions League, which is a testament to their defensive strength. Bayer Leverkusen has had a great season, but their away form in the Champions League has been a bit of a concern. They've conceded all their Champions League goals on the road. Wirtz has been their key player, and they've shown they can score, but they'll be facing a very tough Bayern defense. They have shown that they can score in almost all their games, but will need to overcome their away game struggles. These teams have faced each other multiple times this season, with some draws and a Leverkusen win in the Pokal Cup. However, the Champions League is really another animal, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm going to predict in this first leg, Bayern Munich will get the win over Leverkusen 2-1 before Leverkusen make a comeback in the second leg with a 2-0 win and advance to the quarterfinals. The last match is Feyenoord versus Inter Milan. We could have seen a Milan derby had Milan knocked Feyenoord out. To be honest, I thought that was exactly what was going to happen. Feyenoord have proved me wrong. They managed to do enough to get past Milan. Yes, Inter on the other hand, they've been very good in the Champions League, not quite as much as in Serie A, but they've been very strong defensively, conceding only one goal in the whole tournament, which is pretty remarkable. It's something I don't think enough people talk about. Yeah, Feyenoord on the other hand, like they're playing their home game first, and to be honest, they really want to try and get something there as they've been very strong at home throughout the whole season. Yes, they've managed to still score goals despite losing their striker Jimenez, of course. Yeah, anyways, despite all that, I think Inter's defensive solidity will be a little bit too much for Feyenoord to handle. I'm going to predict the first leg to finish in a 1-0 win for Inter before jarring 1-1 at the San Siro, or better known when Inter play at the Giuseppe Meazza. So I've given my prediction for all of the matches in the round of 16, and now I'm going to quickly go through my bracket. I won't go in much detail as obviously these matches aren't official. But yeah, if my predictions end up being correct, then the first quarterfinal would be Arsenal versus Real Madrid. And yep, Arsenal, yep, like maybe they'll have some of their attacking players back by the time, but I still think Real Madrid will be too much to handle. I think Real Madrid will go through to the semifinals. Next up, we have Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Yeah, similar situation. I don't think there will be an upset. Liverpool to go through to the semifinals as well. Next up, Barcelona versus Lille. Now I'm gonna stay, and I don't think that there will be too many upsets here. I think Barcelona will go through there. And last one, Leverkusen versus Inter Milan. Yeah, this should be a very interesting one. Two very good teams, of course. Yeah, but I think Leverkusen has it in them to get past as what is probably right now the best team in Italy. So, yeah, semifinals. If my prediction ends up being correct, first one, Real Madrid versus Liverpool. For me, yeah. So of course, Real Madrid are always a team that's very hard to stop in the Champions League, especially at these later stages. But with how good Liverpool's been this season, especially under their new manager Arne Slot, I think there will be too much to handle. So I think Liverpool will go through to the Champions League final. Last match, Barcelona versus Bayer Leverkusen. And a similar situation, Barcelona, of course, under a new manager, Hansi Flick. For me, I think we can all agree it's been an upgrade to Xavi Hernandez, even though I did think it was pretty disrespectful in the way that they sacked him. But I think it's gone on to work. So I think Barcelona will go through to the Champions League final for the first time in so many years, for the first time in about a decade, to be exact. And the Champions League final for me will be Liverpool versus Barcelona, with Arne Slot most likely doing the double in his first season as Reds manager, Liverpool winning the Champions League in 2024-25. I would also like to clarify that these are predictions, not necessarily hopes. I'm not a Liverpool fan. Yeah, I'm actually a Chelsea fan. Sadly, we're not in the Champions League this season. I was feeling pretty confident, like about halfway through the season, that we would qualify for next season, but with the recent form that we've been in, I don't think it's happening anymore. But anyways, yeah, this was a very different kind of video. Yeah, honestly, it took me quite a bit of time to make, believe it or not. I wanted to try and give some accurate predictions as well and have good reasons for them. Like I said, I'm trying to give my predictions and not necessarily my hopes. Yeah, I'm still hoping to see like some teams do well. I enjoy seeing Real Madrid, Barcelona. Yeah, sometimes Bayern Munich even doing pretty well. But yeah, I just feel I just want to show another side of me in this video because I'm still like a football fan in the end, like just all of you guys. But yeah, anyways, that's it from me. Let me know. Do you agree with my picks? Yeah, anyways, also let me know if you want to see more prediction videos like this. Maybe I can do another one when we get to the quarterfinal stages. But anyways, yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.